everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. So, I just posted a react to all of the stuff going on Twitter. For those who haven't had a chance to look at the react yet, let me give you a brief summary of what you haven't seen yet. Essentially, in a nutshell, Chantal's been busted. She's been busted as being back in Canada. She tried to not let us know and to keep it hidden, but there's a lot of evidence showing that she's definitely back in Canada, specifically Cornwall. And so now it's just a matter of time before she makes an appearance. But Chantal was hoping to keep the anticipation floating around a bit longer, with all of us wondering, where is she? Is she in Kuwait? Is she in Canada? Is she in Thailand? Well, it's pretty much doggone near confirmed that she's in Canada. And she's back with her parents because she's in Cornwall, and who lives in Cornwall but her family. So she's definitely home, as we knew that she would be home, because honestly, where else is she going to go? She doesn't have the money for Thailand. She can't chance getting stuck in Thailand for another month. She doesn't have the money to float herself if she did get stuck. Things between her and Salah are bad. So she did the only thing she could do, and that was come home. And we all know about Pete's and his money, and the fact that he's been waving it around to get Chantal's attention. And believe me, it got her attention. So now it's just a matter of waiting to see where she pops up and how she pops up. Will she pop up in her own place that she got with Pete's? Is she going to pop up with Natter? Nobody knows, but we will find out because she can't stay offline for long. So now that we know that she's back in Canada, confirmed, I wanted to do a retro react to previous Chantal, because previous Chantal is present Chantal. She hasn't changed at all. In the almost 3 years that she spent in Kuwait, she didn't change at all. There was no positive transformation. If anything, she got worse, much, much worse. So for those who weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, who you didn't get a chance to see all the insanity that was Crackhead Olympics, please allow me to give you a glimpse about what's about to happen. Because what you're about to see, we're going to see again. Chantal, she needs content and she needs money, and she's not going to change her content and the way she does it. She's going to stick to drama and chaos and making up lies on people. More than likely, she's going to paint Salah as being abusive. Oh, he hurt me so much. He was so awful to me. Yeah, she's going to try to sell that story. It won't be believable this time, Chantal, because we've been there and we've heard that, and you can't sell the same story twice. You hear me? So good luck trying to make drama in the same way that you did during Crackhead Olympics. But I want to do a very short react, and it is shorter by comparison. I wanted to react to a shorter version of one of her live streams, and this is courtesy of the channel Queen of WTF, and the video clip is called Foodie Beauty Live Scream Day 3 Turns into Another Rage Against FFG and Other Reaction Channels. And I will pre-warn those of you on my channel, Chantal's mouth is out of control for this clip. We're talking F-bombs all over the place. So for those of you that you got a problem with excessive profanity, with F-bombs, I'm just letting you know, she says a lot of them. It's not me saying the F-bombs, it's her. You're going to hear a lot of that. But I wanted to show an example to those who weren't around for Crackhead Olympics, who she's going to be when she comes back on camera, because what you're about to witness is what we saw a few years ago, and this is the same Chantal that's been hiding underneath the abaya and the hijab the entire time, just waiting to come back out. So before we get into that, though, let's get into the lovely lovely Twitter peeps, shall we? There aren't many, but there are some. So let's get into the Twitter peeps. It's about that time for all the Twitter peeps from the Twitter peeps. All of the information from the Bird app. So we're just going to bring up Twitter. Do I have it all pulled up? Yes, I do. Okay. Like I said, there's not much because I just did a react and I included a lot of stuff in with it. So for those of you that are on Twitter, that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post from Digimortal saying Chantal Foodie Beauty was duped by a fake Beezer with an IP Grabify link. She's back in Canada. Yeah, I made a mistake, y'all. I made a mistake. I'm doing a self-edit. I thought that the information that I saw on Twitter, it was from a real Beezer that was just snitching on Girl World, because there is a moldy blue pot Beezer that's in her chat. And I thought that was who was writing the email, and it wasn't. It was a fake Beezer. So my apologies. My apologies. I could admit when I'm wrong, and I can apologize for being wrong. I was fooled. But there was a fake Beezer who used the name Moldy Blue Pot to send her something through email, and that's how they basically clocked her for where she is. So thank you for that post, Digimortal. It kind of clears up the confusion a bit. Meandering Thoughts says, haha, I just checked the IP because yes, I trust no one, and yes, it is Cornwall. I love this. Will she finally go live now and hopefully rage? I don't know if she can. If she is staying with family, the family has said outright, and they're putting their foot down, no live streaming at the house. No revealing that she's staying there. They do not want to be trolled. They do not want any incidents. You know, when Music Biz Marty caused a bunch of trouble for Chantal's family, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Like, they were like, we're done. Your drama is not our drama, and it's not fun to be affected by it. So if you stay here, nobody can know that you're here. Hence the reason why, if she's staying with mom and dad, she is trying to cover up the background so that nobody can tell that she's there. But we know anyway. But she can't rage at her family's house. They will not let her stream there. She's got to find another location, whether it's Natter's place or a hotel room or a motel room. She's got to find another location to do it. She cannot do it around her family. But I love the fact that she's in Cornwall and she can't say anything. I love it. I love the fact that she's been exposed because of her saying, I'm on a break. Because she said that she can't come back. And you've already been busted, Chantal. It's a done deal. Mrs. Flupa Booty says chins. When she finds out, we all know she's in Canada. I'm sure she's already found out. Chantal has sock accounts everywhere, including Twitter. And if it's not her on Twitter, she's got Beezers on Twitter. People that are her eyes and ears that send her stuff. And if I'm finding this stuff on Twitter, you got to know that she's finding this stuff. So she already knows that we know. She already knows that we know. And she's probably mad and pulling at the last little bit of hair on her head and saying, doggone it, I was hoping they wouldn't find out. Well, we know. And this is Girl World. We don't take long in finding stuff out. Perfectly Imperfect says it's not just that Foodie Beauty didn't tell anyone she's going to Canada. It's the fact that she made up this altruistic reason for going offline, like she's really finally putting her mental health first. That's where she's truly a piece of narcissistic gaslighting crap. Yep. First, she cried victim. I'm a victim. Everybody's wronged me. Keemstar and Locale Live and the Locale Queens, they wronged me. I feel violated. I feel so violated that I'm going to go take care of my mental health. but she's not. She just decided to, leave a little sticky note for all the money beezers, all her pay pigs, let them know where to find her, let them know where to contact her. Then she ghosted, went back to Canada, and now she's there just making whatever money she can. She got her YouTube paycheck. I'm sure it's come in, plus whatever money she can get from the money beezers / pay pigs, and probably relying on Pete and his money. And trust me, she will have that all drained within a couple of months. And Pizza's going to be over there saying, what did I just do? I mean, seriously, it's going to be like that. Like, why am I so stupid? I knew better and I did it anyway. That's going to be his reaction. Well, sometimes you got to learn the hard way. All right, so that's it for all the Twitter stuff. It didn't take long because I just did a react, but we're going to get into this past clip of Chantal's. And like I said, it's full of profanity, y'all. F-bombs, lots and lots of F-bombs. So if you're sensitive to profanity, I apologize. It's Chantal's naughty mouth, not mine. But this is Chantal. This is a Chantal that's coming back to Canada. She's not going to have as much energy, but this is the same one. This is the one. And Chantal, listen. You're evil. You've probably been evil your whole life. And I don't know if things have happened to you, but even if things have happened to you, you can't fall back on those things and say, that's the reason why I'm evil. There are lots of people in the world that have had bad things happen to them, and they don't turn into human monsters for other people. You hear me? And let's be clear. The Chantal that left Canada 2 years ago to go chase a fantasy man in Kuwait is not the same Chantal coming back. The Chantal coming back is about 200 pounds heavier, tons of health problems, on insulin, on the max doses for all the diet medications, bad health issues, bad heart issues. You cannot do what you used to do to make money. You can't do all the party favors to keep yourself up, to stream for 8 to 10 hours a day. You can't go at the pace that you once did. If you try, it's going to put you in a casket. You do realize that, right? Like you just can't. A lot of your health that you had before you left has disappeared. It no longer exists. Like you are on the edge. You are so on the edge. Like you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. Honestly, when we look at you, we don't see Chantal. There's no Chantal. There's not even a Foodie Beauty. What we're looking at is an addiction monster wearing your skin. The addiction monster has taken completely over, and it is driving the car right into a wall. That addiction monster is just, it is your identity. It is your entire identity. Under normal circumstances, you as a person, you could stand up and say, I'm Foodie Beauty and addiction is my problem. But it's gotten so bad that the addiction monster is standing up and saying, hi, I'm addiction and Chantal is my problem. Think about that. The addiction monster is the identity because you let it become the identity. You don't know life without addiction, and you don't want to let it go. And that's why it's taken over, and it's become you. Completely you. Think on those words, Chantal. Think hard. So, we're going to get into this retro react because we need to be reminded of who she is and what she did and how she lived. So, we're going to go over this shorter clip. Here's Chantal back at the Canadian villa when she lived with Pete's. She had all the choices in the world to live any way she wanted. And she was making serious bank back in the day. We're talking 10, 15, 20 grand a month. She was making that kind of stupid money that if she wanted to pay other people to do things that she did not want to do, she could have. She could have paid people to clean her house and make her healthy meals and do all of the errands and go get the groceries and take the pets to the vet and do the pet sitting and clean out the litter boxes. I mean, if she had played her cards right with the money she was making, she could have had a nice clean house, well taken care of pets, everything done, and not have to lift a finger and still have plenty of money to burn. But this is how she chose to live. Sitting in her room, eating a bunch of food, doing constant party favors, surrounded by filth, being filthy, not showering, just being toxic. This is how she chose to live. And since Chantal has not changed while being in Kuwait, this is who she's going to be again. Promise you that. This is the real Chantal right here. And we're about to see her one more time. So let's get started with this react, y'all.
My life is better than anyone else passionate.
I live for love. I him or not. Not if he's never gonna love me.
Ooh, y'all. Profanity incoming. She's mad at FFG.
Actually, no, I didn't have a good day. It's always ruined. I need to address a few things apparently because people are still fucking stupid and don't get it. I've had enough, all right? So you can stop bullying me. You can stop targeting one fucking person. I'm done. I've had enough of your shit. You fucking ugly, warty bullfrog motherfucker.
Woo! This is the real Chantal. This is the real ragey Chantal. She used to have energy to do a proper rage. Like if she could go off like this for hours. Nowadays, she's so sick, she runs out of steam real fast. Real fast. I mean, you guys are looking at her. Doesn't she look different? Doesn't she sound different? She got a lot more energy here. You know, a lot more fire in her engine. She's lost that fire. She lost a lot of it. Like that engine is barely lit. And it's because she's so sick.
All right? Everyone, not just her. Everyone stealing my fucking shit. Everyone trying to make lies out of nothing. Because we're going to squash that tonight.
You know what? I'm going to point something out. Chantal, I know this may seem like a strange concept to you, but you yourself, believe it or not, you're a reaction channel. You are very reactionary yourself. You make the content true. We react to you, also true. But then you react to what we do and what we say. So that means you're a reaction channel as well. You hate the reaction community, although you yourself are a reactor. And as far as being content thieves, ma'am, there are many examples all over the place where you're looking around on TikTok, you're looking around on Instagram, you're looking around on YouTube. You will watch the reactors and you will borrow off other people's intro music or break videos or ideas or theories for making your content. You're a borrower. You don't come up with your own ideas. You're always relying on other people to do the work for you. Especially now, you've arrived at a place where you can't come up with new ideas. You keep falling back on the old and the familiar because you feel the old and the familiar, if it worked once, it'll work 100 times. You do not acknowledge that the old and the familiar, they get old. People lose interest. They get bored. They want something new. But you just refuse to give anything new. And I know you. A lot of the reactors, we know you better than you know yourself. How can we not? When you sat there and you did live streams for 8 to 10 hours a day, every doggone day for almost a year. Girl, you wouldn't go to bed. You in that party powder. You wouldn't go to bed. You wouldn't let us go to bed. We were all tired. I remember waking up in the morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning, go to my computer. Your stupid self has already done 2 live streams. So I'll review them, react to them, post them. By the time I'm done, you've got 2 more up that I got to go over. And then after that, 2 more. And you don't stop until like midnight. And this went on every day. So if you sit there and you listen to somebody that long, if you watch somebody that much every day for almost a year, you kind of know them a little bit. You take notice of what they do, what they say, how they say it. You pick up on different behavioral patterns, patterns of speech, patterns of thinking, patterns of how they react to different situations. Believe it or not, you're not complicated. You're an easy read. You're very predictable. You stick to certain patterns. A person could map you out pretty easy. Do you understand? You are not the complicated queen that you think you are. You're not as multi-textured and multi-layered as you want to be. You're not multifaceted. You've only got a couple of layers. After that, there's nothing underneath.
We're going to fucking squash every fucking problem you have with me that's not true. So let's hear it. I want to fucking see a real fucking fan.
Can I just say right now, Chantal, by the way, girlfriend, I love the background we got going on here. Can we blow this up? There we go. Look at this background. What do we got? And remember, this is how she wanted to live. This person who wants to be a professional YouTuber / life vlogger who is making excellent money, this was her choice in which she was living. What do we got? We got garbage over here on the bottom corner in the left with the McDonald's stuff, like at these messy drawers that should be pushed in when they're not. We got some kind of powder or something going on in the drawer. I don't know what's going on there. We've got more fast food containers here on the right. And like, what's this bottle of booze hanging up in the background here? Drawers are not even pushed in. More garbage on the ground right here. Like, you guys can see, how in the world is she walk in her own room? But she's sitting there getting all kinds of ragey and uppity. At the same time, she's living amongst filth. You want to be an uppity queen and rage in a pigsty. Yeah. You can't be uppity if you're raging in a pigsty, Chantal. It just doesn't work.
From that fucking bitch.
Oh, I love the fact she turned. Thank you for turning the light on. I really appreciate that.
Right now, come in and explain how it's not bullying to do what she did. I'd like to know. And talking shit about my family. And all of you supporting her and making comments about Pete's, from now on, you come in here, you talk sideways about Pete's, you're fucking blocked. Because Pete's has done more for me and for me, so fuck you, all right?
Okay. I'm so glad you brought up Pete's, Chantal. You by your own words, you're saying that Pete's done a lot for you. And you're not wrong. No lies detected right there. He has done a lot for you. He's done a lot for you. He went into debt for you. You drained his credit cards. You put this man into debt. You crushed him emotionally in your fist. And still he wouldn't walk away from you. You cheated on him multiple times. He still wouldn't walk away from you. You did him dirty, very, very dirty. And still, he's never dropped a dime on you. He could have done a bunch of tea videos and girl world would have listened. But for some strange, unexplained reason, he just won't become a turncoat against you. He's loyal to a fault. But that is his choice to be that way. He cares about you much more than you deserve. But do you cherish that care? No, you step all over it. You take that care and you flatten it and you turn it into a doormat and wipe your feet on it. But it's so funny to watch you right now defending Pete. At the same time, you have bullied this man. You were bullied to him back in high school, making fun of his acne. The name Pete comes from pizza face. That's where that name comes from, y'all. She used to make fun of him. He was very sensitive about the acne on his face, and the name comes from pizza face. She bullied him to her friends. She even shared nudes of his private parts to her friends. So one minute you're bullying Pete, the next minute you're defending him, saying like, he's my best friend. And yet you have willfully hurt him over and over and over again. And here we are. It's about to be 2025. For all the hurt that you've given Pete, for all the cheating, for all the lying, for all the BS. You want us to believe that you've changed. I would believe it, Chantal, if you said to yourself, you know, I have been such an incredible pile of poop to Pete. I should just let him go and let him live his life. Let him have his money all to himself. I'll figure out my own deal. Just don't take his money. Leave him alone. Let him go. Let all the men in your life go. And live for yourself. Then I would say, you know, maybe she is changing. But she won't let anybody go. You're so weak. You have to attach yourself to people like a leech, sucking off their lifeblood, trying to keep yourself alive rather than living off your own blood. You always try to find a host and suck them dry first because you don't want to be bothered with finding your own way. But in this clip, you're defending Pete. I remember, Chantal, many live streams that you did. You were in the car, you went to the park, and you were trash talking Pete. You were wanting to get rid of him. You wanted to live with Natter, and you wanted to get rid of Pete. More than once. Same with the cats. You want to get rid of them more than once if it meant a chance with Natter. And the crazy thing is, I think you knew. I think you were well aware of the fact that you and Natter, even if you did move in together, you guys would butt heads. It would not last long. It would bust up instantly. Still, you crave him. You walk right into disastrous waters knowing you're going to drown. But you do it because you just don't, you don't want to back away. You don't want to let go. When you should let go. You should let go of Natter. You should let go of Salah. You should let go of Pete. Let those men go live their lives. And you can live your life too. But you got a funny way of expressing friendship. You know that? Like there's no such thing as a real friend in your world. You don't know what the word friendship means. You don't know what love means. To you, those are just words that you use to get what you need from people.
Right? I'm going to say it on his behalf. Fuck you. You're not going to come in here and bees and disrespect me and Pete's anymore. It's not going to happen. I have an entire fun month planned. Fair use. Look it right the fuck up right now.
Yeah, fair use. She hates the word fair use and transformative. Anybody that's on YouTube, if you want to react to somebody or make a video, you have to transform the content in some way. It can't look exactly like the original. It can't sound exactly like the original copy. You have to add commentary or clips or something to where it is transformed. And she hates the fact that reactors, we follow TOS and we do transform it. I'm transforming this react right now with this video by adding my commentary. And she hates the fact that people can do that and there's nothing that she can do about it.
There has to be a good, valid fucking reason for the criticism. You don't listen to your entire channel about someone because them and you're
as if anybody is jealous of you, Chantal.
Where the defamation comes in, saying I went to fucking Montreal for drugs. Do you know how many fucking people turned against me? And I can prove. You know
what's funny about her getting mad? Where the heck is my popcorn? You know what? It's a popcorn moment. Y'all lean in. Listen. What's funny about her raging about that's defamation. People saying that I was going to get party favors in Montreal. She did a live stream which she deleted, confessing that she had a habit with the party powder, telling everybody that she did $3,000 or $4,000 worth of the party powder, that she was addicted to it. So how exactly is that defamation? If she was coming on camera high as balls, okay? She was. She even made it into kind of a joke, calling it hamburger eyes when she was on the green stuff. Coming on camera, her pupils, they were like UFOs. They were flying saucers. Yes, they were. There were other live streams I remember her doing where she'd be doing the party powder in the same room while the live stream was going. You could hear her sniffing. You could hear the sound. She would just turn the camera away. And then when people were calling her out for it, she thought she was going to be smart and go to the bathroom and do it down the hall. But we could even hear her doing it from there. And then when she got called out for that, she would turn on the water. But she was doing party supplies. But here she is yelling and screaming, oh, that's defamation. I never did such things. At the same time, there's evidence all over the place about, yeah, she was doing stuff. And then she confessed to doing stuff.
Look, every fucking lie she told about me, I've lost subscribers for it. And every time she fucking goes live, I lose viewers because of the lies she does that are not fucking true about my character, about my actions. I never, ever went to fucking Montreal, and I'm going to get a drug test to bring to court, bitch. I'm telling you, lawyer up. You.
Woo! This is the real one. This is a real rage. So for anybody that might have jumped into Girl World late, when you hear the reactors say about Chantal in Kuwait, oh, that's not a real rage. This is why. This is a real rage. This is Foodie on fire. This is it. This is when she had that super unleaded in her gas tank, going 100 miles an hour, our girl. On fire. Eyes lit up, face smoking. On fire. Yes. This is fiery Chantal. We haven't seen her in a minute.
think I'm playing? I'm not. I have talked to people who know what they're doing, and you're in a lot of fucking shit. If I have to start dieting and exercising and eating 1,200 fucking calories a day, bitch, just to take you down and save money, I fucking will.
I'm not quite sure how Foodie getting healthy would result in taking Frenchie down. I'm not quite sure how that works. I don't get that. How I don't see how that would affect French Fry Girl. I really don't think so. Like, Chantal, if you ever decide to get healthy, you got to do it for you, not out of hate for somebody else. You've got to do it for you. You've got to want the change. You're the only one that can make it happen. You can't use hate for somebody else to fuel you to get results.
Fucking will. Watch. Right now, when you see me like this, it's because I'm pushed to this point. So all of them, I hope you save some. Go look at the channel. Go look at everybody. Go look at FFG. Their entire channel is all me, and all of it.
You know what, Chantal? What are you mad at? Honestly, what are you mad at? Excuse me. What are you mad at? Are you mad because the reaction channels, we could take your content and make it more interesting? Is that what you're mad at? The fact that we can take your content and we can add commentary and all kinds of other stuff, and the remixed version is better than the original, and obviously lots of people agree because the reaction channels are getting more engagement and views than you. Even when we do retro reacts, people are interested in those because those retro reacts, the past stuff is still relevant due to the fact that you've never changed. Why are you so angry about reactors and channels in general, like having a good work ethic, like putting in the work? They put in work. You've been on YouTube for, good grief, like 8 years, and there is so much to go over. There's so many archives. Do you know how much work it takes for people to hunt down certain clips of you and put them all together into a compilation or add them to certain videos? Do you know how much time that takes? Oh, it's excruciating. Are you mad about other people's work ethics and how they work and putting out constant content versus you, where your content anymore is spotty? You shouldn't be this angry over other people wanting to work hard. You know, if you put in the work, you get results, but you're mad because other people are working hard. Well, you see the result. The reactors are getting the result and you're not, because it's been a while since you've worked.
Most of it is lies. No, I'm tired of it, and that's not right. And then you have the nerve to fucking insult her. No, you're not going to get away with that.
I doubt it. Like, I've heard some of the things of Aunt Phyllis come out of her mouth. The creepy things coming out of Aunt Phyllis's mouth, okay? Talking about creeping on men, ew. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? Do you know what you fucking
look and smell like in real person? You should do Vlogtober because you're a fucking witch. Get on your broomstick. Fly to the fucking courthouse because I'm fucking suing you. Trust me.
And this was 2 years ago. How many times has Chantal threatened to sue FFG? A lot. And it's been years. Chantal will never, and she could never, sue FFG. She doesn't have the money, nor the time, nor the motivation to sue FFG. And let's be real. She doesn't want to sue FFG. She doesn't. For all the vitriol and the hate that Chantal tosses at FFG, if FFG wasn't around, she'd freak out. Honestly, she'd freak out because she loves attention. And notice that the channels that she names in her live streams are all channels that are live a lot and they have bigger audiences. Like she's always talk about Yaba and Frenchie and garlic bread and Just Breeze and people that either like they have big channels or they're live a lot and they're getting a lot of attention from those. Like she names different people on purpose. Like she just picks her targets. She needs Frenchie to talk about her. She needs Frenchie to focus on her. Like when Frenchie doesn't talk about her, she freaks out.
It's gonna happen. Where do your fucking think it's okay for you to fucking some shit ass to show it and fucking
this is from the fashion show. This is the fashion show. And she posted about this on her community post. And if Chantal had not posted about it nor talked about it, nobody would have known. Nobody would have known. But she chose to open her mouth so people found out.
Invited. I was personally invited.
I doubt that. You know what? I seriously doubt that. Is it Ghislaine? How do you say her name? The fashion designer. I don't want to say her name incorrectly. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but I seriously doubt, Chantal, that a fashion designer would know you. Like you're not a name in the fashion world. So why would a fashion designer that their specialty is clothes, that they would seek you out and talk to you? I think what really happened was you reached out to them and you told them you had a really big channel and lots of subscribers and that you would talk about it on your channel. And, you know, designers, they want to get their name out there. And so she invited you to be part of the fashion show, but she did not know about your nasty reputation and the amount of haters you have. And it ended up just, unfortunately, it affected not just her, but other people, other models in the show. It was just a lot of bad press. And it made her very, very upset, understandably so. But it's your fault. But you try to put the blame on FFG when it wasn't her fault. She was mad at you, not Frenchie. She was so mad at you.
You were not invited. You were not invited.
She doesn't have to be invited. It was a public event, you dummy. It wasn't a private showing. You invited everybody when you posted about it on your page, stupid. When you put that advertisement out there, you were inviting anybody and everybody to show up. And you knew that FFG lived in Canada. Hello. Hello, genius. Hello. You knew.
And they are coming. They are looking for you, your real information. So good luck. Because Beeline can't afford a fucking attorney. And the last I talked to them, they were looking to go legal. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. At this point, you want to know the difference between FFG and I? My fucking vlog was very positive and uplifting. Hers was fucking shit, just like everyone who enjoys that shit.
You know what? Yeah. Little side note about the fashion show footage. Chantal did the fashion show, and then she went home. She did not post it immediately as she should. She sat on it for hours and hours and hours. Frenchie deliberately waited to post her footage, but a while went by, and then Frenchie's like, well, I can't just sit on this forever. And she posted her footage, you know, because the early bird gets the worm. So she posted her stuff first, and Chantal was mad. She was real mad, but it was her fault, like I said, because she chose to go home, get high, and go to sleep. And by the time she woke up, Frenchie had posted her stuff. So Chantal was mad that she didn't get the exclusive, although, again, it's her fault.
Worry about your dead animals. Oh, right. Maybe. Oh, and you're going to tell me that bitch you're talking about my smoking? You're going to tell me she didn't smoke cigarettes with her dogs? And she lied to you about that because she was chain smoking after the event. But that's okay, right? She's
yeah, about the event. You invited her out for poutine. You said, it's just business. You were all nice to her face. You phony.
Not a liar. Not Not at all. That's not fair use. It's using, it's edited. Yeah, it's not. That's not edited. Oh, it's edited today? Okay, well, that's another fucking loser that's going to get it. Think you have something important to contribute, who cares about your 2 cents, Kaya, in your crappy shed? Nobody. Newsflash. Other than my fallen haters. And I only put that community post out asking if people, because I know people who have offered to help me, and there are people who.
You can't do that. Let me just put that out there. You can't do that. You cannot have a channel and encourage people on your channel to mass flag and mass report. That's against TOS. You can't make it a live stream like this and say, hey, if anybody wants to go do stuff, you're putting out the signal for a dog pile. Can't do that. Chantal, you can't use your subscribers as your private army to do your dirty work. Just because you don't like somebody. You can't do that. But you are constantly doing that. And you're constantly going to your beezers, asking them to dox people on your behalf. You want them to do the dirty work. Just so you can say, I didn't do it, therefore I'm not going to get in trouble. Like you got some shady ways, ma'am.
Then send them my way because I have to do that. Why do you care about FFG when she just got outed for having several court cases because she didn't pay rent?
Oh, Lord. This again. You know what? The only reason why Chantal doesn't have evictions on her record is because she always lived with other people. That's why. If she had ever lived alone by herself, guarantee you she'd probably have an eviction. Because she's not about, being responsible and not about adulting. But she's trying to use somebody's eviction as a gotcha. There's lots of people that have bad moments, Chantal. And everybody's story is different, but you can't use that as a gotcha.
Are you serious? What, you're not making enough money bullying me? That's sad. So why is YouTube YouTube is the worst fucking company for enforcing shit. Oh, sorry.
No, that's showing up at a show and watching.
Bitch, you're crazy. I showed up at a event and ruined it. Is it what essay?
Okay, sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't know she'd talk about this in this clip. I didn't watch it all the way. I don't know what she's about to say.
I felt violated, but was it enough to legally accuse him? Because I still did.
There are those words again. I feel violated. She just throws those words around like they mean nothing. She just throws them around casually, doesn't she? I feel violated. The way that somebody else would say, how's the weather? I feel violated. It's just so casual with her. It's so easy to say those words. Those are not casual words. You shouldn't say those words unless a violation has actually happened. It's not like a casual suit that you throw on and take off at will. But that's Chantal, just making up stuff.
Have sex, consensual sex.
You know what? Let's go back. I got to get all of this because I'm going to go off on her in a minute.
Was it essay? Was it not essay? Was it essay? Was it not?
No, we're going to go all the way back as bitch. I'm going in on you.
Something else. You're showing up at your enemy's event. That's fucking stalking and harassment, bitch. You're crazy. I should have written her name. Is it not essay? Was it essay? Was it not essay?
There's a reason why people were confused. It's because she kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. 1 minute, he hurt me. Next minute, he didn't hurt me. Another minute after that, oh, he's a bad guy. The next second after that, oh, he's not that bad. You guys don't know him. We talk for hours. everybody's heads were whipping around so much, we all needed neck braces. We were getting whiplash. I mean, she just couldn't keep her story straight. She couldn't stick to anything. And people wanted to know, like, did he really hurt you or not? Because you're saying some pretty serious things, Chantal. You're making some pretty serious claims about the man. So did he or did he not hurt you in ways that would be considered DV or SA? What actually happened? And the more people pressed on her to get the truth, the more she confessed, oh, I'm not telling the truth. I'm lying. I exaggerated the claims. And I did it out of revenge. And I did it out of vengeance. And that's another reason why I'm doing this react tonight. Because she's back in Canada. Confirmed. Y'all hear me? She's back. And Chantal's broke. She needs money. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? She's coming back to Canada, broker than she's ever been. She might have a little bit of money in pocket because she just got paid from YouTube. Maybe she's got some Foodie money from the Foodies that give her money on Instagram and Cameo. That might last a little while if she doesn't eat and smoke her way through it. But then what? She's got to come back on YouTube. So if it's a done deal in Kuwait, what does she have to go with? We already know what's incoming because we've been here before. She's going to come on camera and she's going to say all kinds of trashy things about Salah. He abused me. He hurt me. Blah, 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 blah. It's coming, y'all. Just wait. She's going to give us all the dirty tea on Salah. Some of it might be true. Some of it might be made up. It doesn't matter. She's going to make money with it anyway. And the majority of what comes out of her mouth are lies. But she's going to paint him as the most abusive person ever. And Salah might jump into the mix. He might say some stuff about Chantal. And then Nat, he might jump into the ring. And all the interest might happen for, about a month? And then it's going to die down because people are going to start to catch on, this feels very scripted. It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel off the cuff. It feels very planned. Everybody's going to start to pick up on that. Like some people have gotten together and they've rehearsed their lines and rehearsed their parts, and now they're going to step on stage and put a play on for us. But it ain't real. And then the drama is going to be over. And then what? But it's strange how every single guy that Chantal gets with, the moment that they're done with each other, she claims that she was abused, that he was abusive. At the same time, she herself is an abusive person. She didn't get what she wanted from Nader. She wanted control of Nader. Absolute control. Foot on neck. Not going anywhere. Leash on. Wrapped around her wrist. Collar on his neck. She wanted that life. She wanted him at her beck and call. She never got it. She's still salty about that. And because she never got him, she's still obsessed over him. Strange thing is, if she did get control of Nader, she would have got bored with him and move on to the next. Because he said no, and because she never got what she wanted, she mentally, emotionally won't let go. She's going to run to the ends of the earth to find him. And it's always going to end in disaster. Always. And her claiming, he abused me. No, he didn't. Nah. No, I think you're the predator here. I think you're the pursuer. I think you're the hunter. You hunt people down, you stalk them. He's not a nice person. But then again, neither are you. That's why the two of you get along so well.
And to me, I felt violated, but was it enough to legally accuse? Like, did consensual sex? And I don't want to be shamed about what I'm talking about anymore. About this new life, you know what's going on in my life, so you know it's a possibility that I was in an abusive relationship, right?
You just sat there and said you were not violated. You pretty much confessed it. You just confessed you lied. And here's an interesting question, Chantal. Here's an interesting question. You calling it an abusive relationship, was it truly an abusive relationship, like a true abusive relationship, or are you simply saying that it is just because you didn't get your way? Like, was it true abuse, or is it just you being mad and you're angry that you feel like you didn't get your way? So any situation where you're not getting your way or you're not getting the person that you want, you're going to call it abusive. Like, and anybody that doesn't let you get your way, suddenly they're abusing you, they're stealing from you. Is that what's going on here?
Right? So it's a possibility that might come up. It's a possibility.
I'm telling you, Beezers, buckle up. Grab get your soda. Okay, get your popcorn. Get your snacks. Look, I went to the store today and I stocked up. I stocked up. I got my snacks. I got my soda. I got all the stuff I need because I'm like, it's about to get, we're about to get in the weeds. Yes, it's about to happen. And now that Chantal knows, the girl world knows that she's back in Cornwall, she'll probably come back a little bit earlier. She's probably partying her face off right now with Natter, getting that out of her system before she comes back online. But like this, we're going to see this. We're going to see a lot of it. We're going to see a lot of it. Like the emotional, falling apart, raging, angry Chantal. We're going to see a lot of her. This was her content back in the day, and we're about to get another dose of it.
Jane Didi, a lot of times, fuck yes. I fucking hated her guts. Are you kidding? Do you know how emotionally charged that whole dynamic was? You don't, because you weren't in it. And she even says exactly, she went to record without filters. And her videos after the show her true intentions. And not just fucking bitch for making fun of my aunt. Because I'll tell you what, I'm sorry. Like, if she did that, I don't know. People will say that she's saying
let's look between the lines here. Chantal was just angry that she's angry at her own stupidity. Okay. She chose to do she's mad about how stupid she is. She's mad because she made a community post. She let everybody know about the fashion show. She talked about it during her live stream. She advertised it on YouTube, knowing that the haters are on YouTube, knowing that Frenchie lived in Canada. She opened her big mouth when she should have kept it shut, all because she wanted to brag on something. And then Frenchie showed up at the fashion show. And Frenchie didn't do anything wrong. She didn't harass anybody. She didn't bother anyone. And Chantal had her moment to say whatever it is she wanted to say to Frenchie. She did not dare open her mouth. So Chantal's mad about opening her mouth to YouTube about what she was doing when she should have kept it private. That's what she could have done. She could have just shut her mouth about being part of the fashion show, gone to the fashion show, was a part of it, had Pete film it, and that would have been exclusive footage for her channel that would have gotten her a lot of views. But as it turned out, she chose to open her mouth. Frenchie went to the fashion show, got her own footage. Chantal went home after the fashion show, sat on her big butt, smoked a big fat one, then fell asleep. And Frenchie waited and waited and waited. And then she posted her footage before Chantal. So the anger that you're hearing here, this is Chantal being angry with herself for being stupid and for being lazy, but she's projecting that out on other people. Like they were in the wrong. No, you're just stupid.
I just I'm tired of people trying to mess with my life. It's affecting me mentally. Like, you know,
Oh my God, there's a victimhood. Oh my God, everybody's messing with me. They're messing with me. Everybody wrongs me all the time.
It is. I'm not just like saying that. Like, I got invited to that event. You know, I was gonna have a whole wardrobe planned. They were gonna make a deal with me.
Again, I just can't see why someone in the fashion world who's not on YouTube, who's not a beezer, who doesn't know about Girl World, would know about Foodie Beauty and reach out to Foodie Beauty and invite her to be a model in the event. I think Chantal championed herself, went to the fashion designer, talked up her channel, and wanted to be a part of it. And the designer said yes, not knowing a doggone thing about Chantal. And she found out too late. And then the designer was mad because she's like, I'm a designer. This is my brand. And how dare you bring your bad reputation and your bad energy into this show? The designer was not mad at Frenchie. She was mad at Chantal.
Have like these new clothes. I probably could have been on board to do more of those shows. Guylaine had a really good time. Like, she was like their celebrity face. That's a big deal for small back. It's not a huge Hollywood celebrity, but she's an accomplice. It's gonna happen. None of it because of her. Yeah, it is all your fault. Sorry. What? If you hadn't shown up and bullied everybody at the show.
She didn't yell and scream and make a spectacle of herself. I'm sure she did. She would have been tossed out, but she did not do that. As a matter of fact, there were not that many people at the show. It was a rather empty venue.
And then published it and ruined their image then and made a joke of it. And yeah, things will be different. I have to. I will email you all info.
Look at that. The Beezers in the audience saying like that we're basically offering two docs, French Fry Girl, saying, I got all of her info. I'll send it to you. And Chantal participating in that. Chantal weaponizing and utilizing her own audience for ill-gotten means.
Oh, I'm sure you can imagine that I'm probably nearly insane at this point. I mean, if it comes to a point where my mental health is suffering and my money is being affected.
But here we are like a few years later. You were supposed to be taking a break for your mental health. You're not. All the time that you talked about taking breaks for your mental health, you haven't done it yet because you are an attention freak. You need attention. You can't stay away from YouTube. You live for the internet. You have to be a part of it. You can't be away from it. Like, you're so plugged into social media, you don't want to unplug. If you did, your head would explode. So you talk about protecting your mental health and your emotional health and your physical health. At the same time, you go out of your way to destroy all three. And even when you know they're breaking down, even when you know they're bad, you don't do anything to stop it. You are not stopping your own destruction. If anything, you are accelerating those things happening. You put the blame on other people. Oh, they're hurting me so much. Nobody is hurting you more than you're hurting you, Chantal. You are your own punisher. You are your own torturer. You cause yourself so much pain. And that is your normal. The abnormal is your normal. It's just what you're used to. You live in incredible pain every day physically, but that is your normal, so you accept it. You are wrapped up in the arms of addiction, but that is your normal, so you accept it. You welcome its embrace when you shouldn't. You don't want to break free. You look at addiction as comforting, kind of like an old friend, when it's not a friend to anybody, but it's a friend to you. It's the only friend you've got. And I don't say that unkindly. I'm not saying that in a cruel way. I'm saying that because it's fact. Addiction has been a part of your life for so many years. You don't know what life is without it. Like a life without addiction might feel strange to you, scary. But you hold addiction to you like it's your best friend. Sad.
You know, I will be fully honest. I do still struggle sometimes with missing him. Like whenever I think of the good memories, that's the only time. And it does go away more now. And then
Y'all, I'm sorry, I can't. I just now noticed this. Why am I just now noticing it? There's a container of salt right here. There is like mustard. Girl's got an entire pantry fridge thing happening in her room. Like, why? Cheetos over here. There's just garbage and food everywhere.
part of me still cares about him. Even Dee Dee, a part of me cares. A part of me worries about them. I know I'm a slob. I'll never deny that.
Well, you can't deny that. I mean, look, we see the evidence everywhere. I mean, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a piece of video is worth 1,000,000. That's all I'm going to say.
And don't lie to your audience. You tried to take me out for Putin, buddy.
No, she didn't.
You tried. Let's ask Pete who asked who out for fucking Putin. Ow. Trying to fucking take me on a date after you bully me? What the fuck is wrong with you? When are you going to put your trash in the trash?
Oh my God.
I did some. This is
you took the
leftovers.
trash out and there's still all of that behind you? Gross.
Just ignore it. You're better than that. Yeah, I try every fucking day. Oh, girl, keep smoking your weed. Yeah. I don't see my paycheck in my bank statement.
Anybody who wasn't
not
around to
gonna-
see stuff like this, do y'all see why a lot of people got into watching Chantal in the first place? I mean, this was all the time like this. You never knew what she was going to do. Unpredictable AF. We didn't know if she was going to be in her room acting crazy or going to Natter's acting crazy or be in her car acting crazy, or we didn't know what her mood would be that day or the sequence of events. We didn't know anything. It was just unpredictability on steroids. Like everybody wondering, what is she going to do next? And while I was watching Crackhead Olympics, I knew that because Chantal she kept raising the bar on herself so quickly and so much, eventually she would run into a place where she would run out of ideas. There'd be nothing left to shock us or like no drama that she could introduce. Like she showed us every part of her body 10 times over to the point where we didn't even care. She did everything she could do. And she got to a place where she painted herself into a corner and there was nothing left to do. And so when she reached that corner, what did she do? She went the opposite way. Instead of taking her clothes off, she put them on. She started wearing the abaya. She started wearing the hijab. She went the complete opposite way, the opposite direction. But we might be turning around in the road and going back down this road, the long road, Chantal's road of destruction.
Oh no. Yes. Cynthia, do you need us to find you the hotline number, the crisis number? I will. You can type in if you're in stress. So if you need someone to talk to who's professional.
Now I forgot about this part being in the live stream. I apologize for this. If anybody out there, even now, if you're feeling down, please reach out to somebody. I know the holiday season can affect people badly. Reach out to someone. Reach out to someone you know. Reach out to someone you don't know. Look for help.
And just give it time. My life is so fucked up. Do you want to talk to us about it? We can talk to you about it, honey. Our life up. Why can't we all fucking shit we go through, like bad shit? You know, your sister affair with fucking all the lies that come out of your mouth. Yeah, okay. Well, I have a DM too, so then the person is lying, not me.
You know what's interesting about the fashion show is it Guy Lane? Am I saying her name right? She asked Chantal to take the footage that Chantal had down off of her channel, but she did not ask Frenchie that. So the designer only wanted Chantal to remove her stuff, but Frenchie's stuff she was okay with.
I want to see those DMs back up, and then I'll show mine. Have you ever seen such a big pile? Fucking she fucking. I mean, I've seen my vagina. I've seen hers. I was down there, so I get it.
Can I just go on record as saying, as much as she claimed to hate Didi and Natter, I don't understand how a person who hates two other people, how they would be able to do the most intimate of things with said to other people. Like, how do you derive pleasure from that? You're taking off your clothes and you're naked and you're doing the most intimate of things with people that you claim are your enemies. You're able to be intimate with people that you don't like. I couldn't. How? What?
That it fucking made me want to throw up. So I went down on Didi, and I did it because he lied to me. And then you want.
And by the way, like the whole Didi Natter situation, the three-way situation, it happened twice. So she claims that she felt a certain kind of way about it, but yet it happened again.
Opportunities for me, which you did with your videos. So yes, I have grounds to take you. She mocked book.
Guess who? Guess who? So didn't she just down talk Natter? Didn't she just say, oh, he was so abusive, yet look at her face? That's him calling. That's him on the phone. Look how her expression changed. She's like a 16-year-old schoolgirl. that's gotten a phone call from the star football player. This was Chantal. All the hateful words she said against Natter. Yet, the moment he called her on the phone, like she never cursed him out. Look at that. Look. Yeah, okay, Chantal.
Okay, guys, I have to go do some stuff. So
yeah, I that was another thing she did back in the day. If Natter would go live, she would end her live to go watch him. Or if he texted her, suddenly, I got to go do something, guys. And then she'd disappear. It's about to happen again. I'm telling you.
I'm going to come back in maybe like an hour, okay? We're going to talk more, but I want to have like a more upbeat, positive stream after that. So, and
she's in such a hurry to get off that stream. Like, Natter called. Got to go.
A little bit, okay? Bye.
Look at that. Like she clicked off and she couldn't wait to get back on that phone. So that was the react, y'all, courtesy of Queen of WTF. I will leave a link for the original video down below in the description. So y'all be sure to check out Queen of WTF. And that's just a preview, y'all. That is a preview of coming attractions. Because the Chantal you just saw, that's the one that's come back home to Canada. Maybe not as energetic, but still. Like her emotions are all over the place. She can be partying her face off. Still very much the liar. It's going to be quite the roller coaster. And I'm going to try my best to keep up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the react, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.